Good morning, everyone. I made the fatal error of having the last bite of my little snackette with 7 seconds to go. So I'm desperately trying to wash it down. So, Monday morning, and I'm listing a little collection that I put together this year. Every time I got a handheld, every time I got one of these, I thought I'm going to leave that till 4:45. I've never normally saved stuff. I mean, games, I guess, but they always get listed. Maybe get listed high with the thought of if they don't sell, they'll go at 4:45. But yeah, I thought we'd get them listed. Get them listed. So say hello if you're in the chat, lurking around. If you're a lurker, say hello. I always like to say hello to the lurkers. I saw we had 8 people waiting, and I was like, Christ, I've got to get this bloody granola bar down me. Pete, good to see you. Damien, good to see you. Bright and early this morning. Hello, Di. That reminds me, and Pete reminds me, listing league. I've not done well this week. We're away at the weekend, so I've got that excuse. But get your numbers in. How many you listed this week? How many you sold? 80s horror fan. Morning to you. 80s horror fan 88. Steve, what was I watching on YouTube the other day? It was a video of Ian, and he was talking about how in the early 80s, I think he was with Morrissey. He's being interviewed with Morrissey. I don't think he likes Morrissey. You sometimes assume that like all these kind of like 80s indie, stars would get on in a gang together. It's a bit like, I don't think Alexei Sale gets on with Ben Elton. I remember him saying he thought he was a complete C unit, but no, he was talking about, Morrissey was talking, and I think he was talking about Liverpool and Manchester and how there's a chasm, but Morrissey said there was a chasm. So next time you see him, say chasm instead of chasm. He didn't like it. It's funny. A very, very funny video. Hello, Lee. Good to see you. And Secret Carper. Yes. Do you know what? My mojo, my get up and goes, got up and gone. I don't quite know why. I'm trying to get back into it. I haven't been to a boot fair for a while. I've been rained off. No kind of funky new fresh stock. That could be it. Lincoln Seller, good to see you. Hello, Kath. I saw you in Shelly Bellies. Pure Retro. Good to see you. You sent them on Insta. Thanks, Pete. Let's have a look. Let's see what he's done. I don't get notifications on Insta. I think I turned all my notifications off. Apart from WhatsApp, still goes. Oh, yeah, I've got a couple of messages. Let's have a look. See. Has he done 468? Anyway, don't be worried if you've got rubbish numbers, by the way. If you want to get, send them along. My numbers are not good this week. Not good. Let's see what Pete's done. Yeah, not bad. Right. Pete, on your other question, yes. Deal or no deal? Deal. I always do these dodgy deals with Pete. We're normally at the start of the car boot, rummaging in each other's car boots. So, and we've got another one sending in. Ian has sent it in. Shabba, that is. Well, it's listed more than me. But yes, been away, got back. I tried to do a few yesterday because and only got about 3 done. So there you go. That's how it is. He's the machine that is Jack Dobbins. Hello, Jack. I imagine he's listening while listing or packing. Gary, I don't have a choice. 13 items to pack. Yeah, I've got a lot of items to pack, actually. Even though I haven't been listing much this last week, I've got about 30 items to pack. I've packed a few. I packed some this morning. I've got about 25 left. This is the worst packed item in the world. I just kind of like absolutely smothered it in tape in the end. I was like, oh, God. It's a thermos flask. Peter Stride would have packed a few of those. So there you go. I don't have a choice, but I think so. I have to put some tunes on. The first step is the hardest. Yes, indeed. Everyone's packing. Not much of a machine this week. Oh, getting a new car. Very nice. Is that through necessity, which my last car had to be bought through necessity, or is it just a little treat for yourself? I imagine it's just a little bit of an upgrade. Yeah, tell us what you got. I remember I was very excited about getting my Skoda Octavia, and then someone in the chat said, oh, I had one of those, they were rubbish. I was like, Mr. Negativity, but hopefully we won't get anyone like that. Hello, Derek. Derek's been away, he's back, hopefully listing. Right, so I've just got, look, I've got that. I'll go through what I've got, because, I mean, it'd be quite boring, I think. So, DS, 3DS, another 3DS. They were a £5 each. I try and pick these up, like DS Lites, anything like that, for around about £5 if I can, and get a cheeky one in. Maximum I pay is normally around about 15, but depending on what it's like. Original DS, Chunky Monkey, DSi, which don't generally go as well. Needs a bit of a clean. We've got a DS Lite, got another DS Lite, got another DS Lite, got 3DS, loads of DSs. We've got another original. This was bought off a local person who sells a lot of gaming stuff. I think I got it off him cheap. I had this idea if I was going to get a load of cases and recase them, which I should do, but I've not ordered any. You can get Mario ones for the DS. You can get Pokemon ones for Game Boy Color, I think. Talking of Game Boys, got Game Boy Advance. We've got Game Boy Color. It has got the back. I've just taken it off and left it in the other room. I've got that. I've got that with a green back. Don't know why. I might check out how much backs cost. Got this one, which I got a few weeks ago. The screen comes. It does work. The screen comes off though. I've got this one, which I think is spares. And I've got loads of PSPs which don't work, but they've got to be put on. So there we go. You know, I've been saving them up. Like I say, I probably would have bought them for like 5 to 10, maybe 15 if there was bits with it. But let's see how much they're worth. 30 quid, 40 quid? Who knows? Wii bundles. Well, I've just sold the last of my box Wiis, which I think I had about 6 or 7. They've all gone for around 50 to 60 quid. This last one was a bit cheaper. It didn't have had the inner drawers, the cardboard drawers, but it didn't have the dividers in the drawers. Oh, I like this. It's a new technique. Listed 0, sold 32. You have to list every day, though. I'm not saying don't list every day, but it's a good thing. Don't put so much pressure on doing it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you do this, and I've said this before. I think you do this for the flexibility. I don't do it to feel like I have to do something. If I'm in the mood, I will. If I've got other stuff that's priority, I'll do that. And that's the beauty of the flexibility of it. Yeah, don't put pressure on yourself. And that's why I do stress about the listing league, that it's not a competition. I thought it was great. Derek, I think it was last week or the week before, he submitted that he listed 0. Because it just shows, you know, that You know, he's got other priorities, and I like it when people, you know, submit that they maybe haven't sold too many, because I do that quite a bit. I think it was one week where I sold like 25 things, and because that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is sometimes. But it's good to. I mean, what I like is I think we all know what we should do. So in an ideal world, I'd hop along to my little shelves, pick off 10 things every day, get them listed, go and look at 10 items on my store that are old and haven't sold and rejig them. And then I'd go away and hack 10 things. And if that only took a morning, I'd go and do it again. Or if I had a batch of media or a batch of easy things in packets, I'd list 100 of them. But like I say, this weekend I've been doing other stuff, and that's just the way it is. Right, who else has turned up? Any lurkies coming in? Come on, lurkers. I want to hear from some lurkers. Got my first negative. 10 brand new sealed DVD, rewritable DVD CDs. That should get removed because they were new, and you can ask them for a refund if they're new. It's down to him that they're incompatible with his machine. Keep pleasant and keep nice. Don't get annoyed. Console heavy. Yeah. I've got a few old computers that should go on really. I've got an N64 which I need to relist. It was relisted without a controller, and I think I need to list it with a complete listing. Oh, that's nice. In the bank. Excellent. Always a good feeling. I haven't got anything in the bank at the moment. I'm quite literally overdrawn. Hello, Patch. Good to see you, Patch. Patch is in. You've been playing much gaming? What are you playing at the moment, Patch? Let me know. Simon's in. Lurkio! Here he is. Anthony. Hello, Anthony. He's put his head above the trenches. Right, let's get on with some listing. So I have got some chargers I could stick with these, but I'm going to just sort of... I've got loads of games here, so what we got here? What could I stick with it? I've put all these games in twos. I'm thinking of doing a console, 2 games. So... Gibbs. Let's try and get rid of that. So that is Rayman, I think. It's those little rabbit things. And Big Brain, 280 in one. I don't think I can sell that. It's like a 280 game thing. Right, so I will just check whether these games are worth anything, because I've got like Mario Kart up there, which I probably... It's only kart only, but for like £5 to £10, I would imagine on its own. What does he say? God, I really do need glasses. Buying. I cannot read it at all. Raymond buying. Oh, God knows. I'll just put in Raymond DS. See what it comes out with. Kart only. Not that one. Here we go. Raving Rabbids. Yeah, I've had this game before. It's a £5 game. Well, that's what someone wants with postage. Let's just check the solds. Yeah, £4.50, so hardly worth, you know, only cost £1 to send, I guess. I see Lee's trying to get some broken goods to mend. I really want to mend that Panasonic. I know you said you didn't know what capacitors you need, and I'll just keep Googling Panasonic. What one was it? 95 or... I heard a rumour you bought a Dragon computer. Yeah, only overpriced as usual. But yeah, I did. Never an easy one to deal with, as you well know. I think he had a Spectrum the other day, and it sold for 20 quid, and it was at a boot fair I wasn't at. I heard it on the grapevine. The Spectrum went for £20, and I just got I thought, oh, and I just got the feeling if I'd have said, oh, you got a Spectrum, he'd have gone 40. Well, you know, I don't know if I'm right, don't know if I'm wrong, but there you go. Wii U and GameCube at the moment. I do love the Wii U. Mario 8 or whatever it is. Absolutely fantastic. Right. So what we got? Covers there. Stylus is there. Very good condition. Hinge is all right. So a couple of games. I think we've got to be looking at 35, haven't we? So silver. DS Lite. But yeah, DS is you have to be careful when you're buying them. You don't want to be buying them for like 20 quid because, oh, look, here's one like sold with a charger. Guitar Hero edition, £28. So you pay 20 quid for it. You're not going to, you know, you've got to keep an eye on your margins. Definitely. Right, sold. UK, bin, buy it now, £25. Not a lot of money. £40 with 6 games, cart only, and charger. £35 with charger. I've got some chargers. £27.99. It seems it's like 35 with charger, 30 without. I might try Nintendo DS Lite Silver console, fully working, no issues. Absolute bargain. Yeah, it's a bit of a bargain. I might try £32.99. I don't think I'm going to get it though, but we shall see how she goes. Wii Mario Kart is awesome. I was playing it yesterday, testing controllers. I managed to list 3 lots of Wii remotes and nunchucks and motion sensors, but I was just checking they work. See, I very rarely went into the game because you can test everything on the menus. But right. Right, what week we in now with my little rotor? I'm in week 14, I think. I'm on a 26-week rotor because I have 26 shelves. Item condition, excellent condition. Tested and working, excellent condition. Excellent condition, tested and working. Excellent condition, tested and working. Yeah, I mean, I love having this stuff, but really not the best ROI that I ever get. So, I mean, I was kind of saying this year, I hadn't really seen a lot of DSs, and, you know, sometimes I go to boot fairs and I'd see half a dozen of them. And this is what I've got all year, you know. It's not a lot, really. I think sometimes people think they've got gaming and it's like gaming equals money. 32.99. A little bit optimistic, that one. Median sold price, £40.56. Well, I don't know. Not a self-promotion. I'm playing Mario Sunshine. So Patch is probably streaming if you fancy a bit of Mario Sunshine. Maybe he isn't. I don't know. Am I going to win Oblivion Elder Scrolls? Are you talking about all your games? Monkey Island, Sensible Soccer. Sensible Soccer I used to play on my old Amiga. But it's a real joystick breaker. Does anyone use eBay labels or PPI? I'm trying to think what PPI is. I use the eBay labels. Ever since I got my, what's it called? Zebra printer, free labels. So I used to have to buy cartridges for my old Samsung there, Wi-Fi, and they would cost 70 quid for a cartridge. You used to have to buy paper, thermal printer, free labels, no ink. It's wonderful. It cost me £100 that. Got it off another reseller, and I am eternally grateful for that. Sensible Soccer. Emailed Stu Campbridge. Is he the guy who coded it? Probably. Dave coming in with his real high level Amiga knowledge. Good morning. Right. Yes, everybody loves Mario Kart. I do love a Mario Kart. You cannot beat it. If I had one game, if I was on a desert island and had one game, it would be Mario Kart. Okay. So I'm going to stick Big Brain and Raving Rabbits with that one. Where's my cursor gone? Include stylus. What else does it include? And 2 games. I can't seem to be able to think this morning. Right. Brain Academy. Cart only. Right, there we go. Save that for later. Get some photos in. Everybody loves a thermal printer. But does anyone carry a spare one? No. Very true. I got this was a spare that I bought off someone. I've seen some things that look like thermal printers at boot fairs, but they look like maybe like till receipt printers, and I'm never too sure. If I saw something with a zebra sign on it or a symbol on it, I'd have it. Right, just an experiment. Take the last 6 sold listings on eBay and prices up and divide by 6 to get an average price. How would that compare with your price? Take my last 6. Oh, I see. So the last 6 sold on a DS. Well, very difficult because I thought you meant all of my sold items. Well, let's have a look. I mean, I don't want to have to go into the research tab. I don't want to do all that malarkey. I mean, I've got a general idea that this is around about £30 item because I've sold like 20 billion of them. But DS Lite, 1 game, USB charger and cable, 35 sold. DS Lite with a couple of games box, 36 from British Heart Foundation. DS Lite with a charger, which mine hasn't got, and Nintendogs in the box, £40. So I'm in the ballpark. But yeah, good idea. Does anyone else determine whether or not to use signed for track postage or not based on whether a buyer lives. Yes, yeah. I had one this morning. It's £85 item, and it's going via GSP to the States. It's a Bakugan, tiny little plastic ball, and so it's in quite a small packet, you know. And I kind of thought I could easily get lost. I thought I was happy with the price I got, more than happy with the price I got. So I thought, well, for the extra £1, this has just got to get to GSP, you know. And sometimes I think, you know, if it was an item under £50, I wouldn't really thought about it. But it was just that it was borderline, put it like that. Normally, if it's over 100, and I'm more than happy with the price I've got, I would go and pay the extra. But it's kind of quite rare, really. I mean, a lot of the stuff over 100 will be going via UPS anyway. So, a pink DS, not quite as in good condition. It's got a purple stylus. No cracks on the hinge. Pink tends to sell well, though. Don't know why. Let's put a couple of games with it again. What we got this time? We've got Viva Pinata. I better check that works, actually. It looks a little bit knackered. And Batman. So again, I'll just quickly check, you know, if Batman's worth £100 or something. Doubt it very much. Batman video game. £1.20 on bids, 68p postage. I think I'm safe. Viva Pinata. Let's have a look at that then. Viva Pinata with a box, £7 or £1.50. It's Pocket Paradise, £1.90. So again, you know, not much money in that. All my GSP stuff goes standard second class, including the £350 lens. Yeah, I mean, I do think you're actually safer with GSP because it is that fact that it's just got to get to GSP. And I'm sure there's a whole, you know, I kind of imagine in my mind, there's a whole area where it's like, oh, there's all the GSP stuff. It's not like, you know, it's just going to, I don't know, going to Crawley and there's one going to Crawley and could get lost. But, you know, I don't know how it works. It's a good question, though. When do people use sign for? When do they not? You know, it's I don't like it. That's been the listing. The new way of listing's been there for a while. You can always revert back. If I get a glitch, I sometimes revert back, but I do like putting on videos. So yeah. Here's Lee. He'll be here and gone before I know it because he always is. I always miss it. So I'm going to make the most of the fact he's here. Now, what was he doing the other day? He was doing something with a car, or you saw some cars, didn't you? Yes, and getting great sales as always, accepting reasonable offers as always. Yes, I can go and get mine done because I'm special needs. Well, I'm not special needs, but you know, asthmatic, so I can get ahead of the pack. And apparently the flu's coming. Oh no, I'm not having a COVID jab. I'm having a flu jab. Yeah, flu jab is what I'm having. But yeah, hope you're feeling well, Pete. Hope it doesn't get you. No, I don't believe it. Everybody check that out. That's a rarity. That's a rare. 95 your stuff goes every. I don't send anything every. apart from if it's just too big but light. I used to send a lot of stuff Hermes, but yeah, not anymore. Anthony, signed if it's over 25ish. Yeah, I mean, everybody has what they're comfortable with, and and sometimes, I might do it 1 week one way, and next week I'll do it another way. So there you go. There's no hard and fast rule, but it's generally, I'd say, that £100 will make me think, And if I just get the feeling it might get lost, or if I look at the seller and it's just like, yeah, too sure about you. Right, I'm going to copy that draft I've just done. My turnover, I'm going to talk about turnover, it's dropped below 5,000 for the month, which is a bit of a pain, but generally it's all been, and I've got another, oh God, I've got £300 day dropping off tomorrow, £337. I don't like that. It's been fairly consistent, but I think that's down to the listing, trying to do 10 a day. Those Lee messaged me the other day. It's Retro Pursuit Lee saying I always talk about, I worry about being able to get stock, and he came up with some good suggestions, which was nice. But yeah, it is a worry. I've had the same worries for years. Okay, drafts. Skills here is getting a flu and new 3. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm not too sure what mine is. Lee uses sign for anything over 50. Yes. Yeah. It can change, depending on how you're feeling or just the vibe you get sometimes. Right, let's copy that draft. Resume draft. I think I'm going to try for 50 quid on this one as it's pink. Even though it's probably not as in good condition with a purple stylus. Very good condition. I don't want to oversell this. Very good condition. Tested and working. Has a purple. Has a purple stylus. And comes with 2 games. Batman and Viva Pinata. I wonder what that game's like. It's probably rubbish. Finally, right, here we go. £35. Median sold price 41. Didn't I do that just now? And it was £40. The price is going up. It's inflation for you. Bloody Tories. Inflation going up every 5 minutes. I'm sure they know how to deal with it, although it may well change by the end of the day. Right. Moving on. Let's do this lovely Game Boy Pocket. I paid up for this, actually. I think this costs about 15 to 20 quid. The guy I bought it off he sells down at Hook, and he gets some really good stuff. He always has like loads of Lego figures laid out on baseboards, but you never get a cracking deal off him. I had to get it because it was there. He had 3 of them. He had that one, and he had another one. I definitely bought 3 of them. I don't know where the other one is. It might have been that one, actually. It might have been the Game Boy Color. So the Game Boy Pocket, again, I don't think they're worth huge amounts. £15 on bids that currently going. Let's have a look at solds. Be nice to get this stuff on, though. I mean, it will sell. That is pretty much a given, I think. It's weird when you look things up. You kind of assume that there'll be loads of these. Surely there's loads of these on eBay. First one that comes up is from Australia. 35 quid with a 5-in-1 game. Faults mentioned in listing. Okay. 36 quid on its own on bids. Let's filter this to bins. 54 mint condition. 54 free postage. It's interesting. 40 quid free postage, tested working. Good condition, that looks like. 35. Someone's put tested working. They've got a picture of it turned on. Instead of Nintendo, there's just this bar, a black bar. So it doesn't really show that it's working. I think I'm going to go on that one. $39.99 plus postage, which will be probably going to end up doubling my money on it, which is kind of all right-ish. But again, not the best, not the best ROI in the world. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hello, Mandy. Please send your numbers. 105 listed. How many sold? Who knows? I tend to look at buyers' feedback as something I do all the time. Feedback left for others. If it is a sea of red, if I see at least 3 reds on there, and I do it when I get offers as well, I'm like, decline block. No thanks. I had an offer for something the other day. I think it was up for, I can't remember how much it was up for. Over 50 quid. So like it was up for 60 quid. And I got an offer for like 55. And it was like, oh, that's a really reasonable offer. Of course you'd take that if you. And then I'll check the feedback. Red, moany. I was like, decline offer. Block. No chance. Just wrapped 34 parcels. I've got a wrap. First thing I did this morning was I've sold a PS3 backwards compatible for 120. It's got to go today. I just got it out and checked. I thought I'll turn it on, check it still works, which I always do. It does work, but I hadn't reformatted it. So I've had to reformat it. It said, your thing will be complete in 4 hours. So I think it's got about another hour and a half to go. Then I've got to find a box for it. So, yeah. Oh, is that for Peter Ray? I thought that's for me. Oh, well, never mind. That's a good point. Although, if you're talking about September's, you've just missed it. But yeah, better to do them early in the month. Very true. That's no game in it. Do you think £40 too much? Well, I'm going to put it for £40. You can but try. So yeah, listing league. I think we've got another 4 weeks. It's I'm finding it more and more difficult to do. I feel the pressure actually of like, oh, I should have listed more. So it's funny how sometimes it's a bit of a mental game. Let's have a look at this other pocket. I'm going to just check how much a battery. Has anyone got a spare battery cover? Clear one. How much is a clear Game Boy Pocket battery cover? Normally, it's worth getting the battery covers or altering a few of them. Clear purple. Clear £2.69 free post. Save up to 15% with multi-buy. Are they branded with Nintendo on? No, they're not. Well, I think I'm going to order one of these up while I'm here. Buy 3, £2.42 each. Oh, go on then, I'll get 3. Someone's probably just like 3D printed this. £7.26. So I'm going to have a spare green one and 2 spare clear ones. Here we go. I will draft that while I'm here. Probably go on a bit later on in the week when that turns up. Hi, Pete. Can I ask where you got your hair cut, please? So I can avoid. Oh, I do love the funny people in there. They're so full of it. Oh, dear, oh, dear. I'm just grateful I've got any hair, to be honest. My Insta is down. Okay, leave them in the comments. 140 listed. My God. Yeah, 3D print them. I'd love a 3D printer. I should get one really, but I'd probably not use it enough. But yeah, I do think that'd be good. It'd be good for like all my vintage computing stuff. That'd be quite nice. Right, let's get this copied. I'm going to do the same price on that, 40 quid. I've still got. I bought some plastic for the 3D printer. It must be the type of 3D printer is maybe defunct, but I bought them for a tenner each. I was trying to sell them for about 60 quid each. Hasn't sold. Maybe I've had some watches on it because it came up on my offers to watches. Maybe I'll drop the price to like 40 or 50 quid and hopefully that will clear it. I will look that up and share it. Just in case anyone, well, Daddy, if you know about 3D printing, you'll probably say, oh yeah, it's an obscure machine or something. Right, let's save for later. Right, let's bring up this 3D printer plastic on my store. It's like in a plastic reel. Let's have a look. Yeah, do you know what? I had the bright idea the other day of actually getting a disc cleaning machine, disc polisher. And my bright idea was to go thirds with a couple of other resellers local to me so we could all use it. But I kind of in my head thought they cost around about 150, 200 quid. They're over 300 quid. And for the use I'd get out of it. But it's still a thought. And that's not, I don't think it's a bad idea going in, like timeshare on a disc cleaning machine. Neil bought a 3D printer. There's a time sink. You gave it away. Oh, fantastic! Right, let's have a look at this 3D printer. I can find it. Item title. Here it is. I shall share this if I can. So McDaddy and Neil, the 3D printing experts. First of all, how on earth do you share screen? There we go. Share. There we go. I'll get rid of me so you can see it all. Yeah, so I've got this almost 80 quid I'm trying to get for it, and maybe it's just too high. Cube Pro. Got 2 of those. Tenner each they cost. Second generation cartridge. My thinking was someone somewhere is bound to have this 3D printer. But yeah, let me know your opinion. Fortunate enough to win a 3D printer online. Oh, well, fair enough. Pete, you've only just got here. Time to sit down with a cup of tea and edit a small video. Oh, yes. I think I know what jumble sale you went to. Was it a Cub Scout one? Yes, I was planning on going, and then, of course, we couldn't go because we weren't there. So there you go. And I guess that's for Peter Regan. It's not run-of-the-mill filament. Yeah. Long tail. Right. Moving on. We've got another 2DS, which I will just copy the listing. I've got two of these. One of the best buys I got at a boot fair when I first started was I got one of these boxed. Everything in it, all the inserts. And I got it for £9. I've still got it downstairs. It's like my box one that I keep. And I remember the bloke, he was like, oh, that's not much. And I was like, well, they're not worth much these days. This is me like 5 or 6 years ago. An ex-colleague was one of the group who put together the first 3D printers. Fantastic. I toyed with the idea. It sounds like a joke. I toyed with the idea of getting a 3D printer, but then wasn't sure how it's not a joke. I'd scan all the small items to then reproduce. Yeah, I can see it definitely being a time sink, definitely. Yeah, I've got that PS3 out of double bubble wrap, and I've got to find a box. I've also got an AT-AT Walker, which vintage Kenner AT-AT Walker, which I've taken the legs off. Right, 3DS. Yeah, like I say, one of these was a £5 actually. I got that one. Which one was it? One of these. And that, off the same guy, £5 each. Up at Crystal Palace at the start of the year. It was unbelievable. I got those off him, and then for the next 3 weeks, I was looking for him, saying, "Where's my 3DS guy?" Right, 3DS red. It's not an XL. It's a normal one. Why is it just showing me XLs? No, not an XL. 60 quid. Flame red. 60 quid. It's not bad, is it? 5 out of 60. 75 with a charger. 67, 13 games. Parts only, 30 quid. Do you know, it really annoys me. Why can you not lock? You could probably do it on the phone, but the location, I'm not at all interested in 3DSs selling in the States or in Australia. 75, oh, it's a 3DS XL, 75. XL, oh, you filter out the XLs. Nintendo 3DS, 201, right. £80 box, 60 quid. Well, 60 quid is 67 with charger. Yeah, it's kind of top end. There's not a lot of variation actually. £40 with packaging. They priced that too low. Now, do I put a couple of games with it? I don't think I will actually. Plenty of them are selling for 60 quid. Without the only games I've got are, what have I got here? Ninjago, and it looks like it's been nibbled. And what's this one? Yeah, it is only that one. I'm sure I've got like a Mario 3DS somewhere. So 60 quid. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. A laser engraver. Do remember to like the video. It does help the channel and helps promote the video. So if you're just popping in and popping out before you pop away, click on the old thumbs up. It it's very much appreciated. I don't get many comments on the videos, and normally it's just Peter Stride saying, I like this video. But yeah, if you can just click on the thumbs up, that'd be good. Apparently you can print a gun. Yeah, I think you can. I used to work for Canon. I worked for them for about 15 years. I used to love working there. Very good. I left Canon. I think it was around about 2000 and 2005. I think I left Canon. Yeah, 2005. So that's a long time. 17 years ago. They used to be based in Wallington. So when I first started working for them, I worked here, and then they moved down to Woodhatch. I used to go to Amsterdam, Amstelveen, which is where the European headquarters were, quite a lot. Over in Holland, it was very good going over there a lot. And round by the Canon building in Amstelveen, there's we were taken out to all these Japanese restaurants because there's a lot of Japanese working there because it's a Japanese company. So you get to know all the best sushi restaurants, which was quite good. I think they've now shut down. They had an office down in Woodhatch, which is near Reigate, but that's closed down now. Closed down like 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm not sure if they even have a headquarters in the UK. They probably do, but I think the majority of their stuff is done out of Holland now. Right, $59.99. I will do 2 separate listings for those. That's not going to be a multi-listing. They're both in similar condition. I probably just need to give them a bit of a clean. I can't remember where I picked up the other one. I remember where I picked up one of them, but I can't remember where I got the other one. Oh, this is very interesting. Let's just let's just read this out and see if I get suckered at the end. I used to work for Canon's smaller company. Rock on, Tommy. He worked for Ball. If you know, you know. Yes, I think we all know. Did you get fired out of the Canon? No. I left to further my career and went to work for Eshaw. It's only what was it? Calm down, dear. So I saw Michael Winner and I saw the Sheila's Wheels girls with Pete Waterman, who wrote the Sheila's Wheels song. Sheila, if you ever did you leave Canon with a bang? So yeah, I went from working. Canon moved down to Woodhatch, and Eshaw were actually in Reigate as well. So I worked there for a number of years. It's right working both those places, really great people. Calm down, dear. It's only a commercial. Yes, that's the one. There was a game in here. Rabbids 3D, Raving Rabbids again. So this one, lovely pink color, it's scratched there. I don't know if you can see. So what I'll probably do is I will stick this cart with it and say it's scratched, but do it at the same price. It's a shame that that is scratched up. There's no screenshot. Why? Some like 6-year-old has got the stylus out and just gone for it. The case is a bit scratched as well. It may be a bit cheaper, that one, actually. Let's just copy it, get it copied. That's weird. It's copied, but not copied. What's happened there? It's created a new draft, but there's no title or anything. Strange. I'm finding eBay keeps asking me, to put in. I had to check boxes with horses in and put in a code, one-time OTR code and stuff. It keeps asking me whether I'm actually there, which is a real pain. I'm going to copy that one later. Just mucking about. Let's see how much a Game Boy's worth. So again, I can't remember how much I paid for this. I only got it like about a month ago. I'll find something to stick this screen on with properly. Right, buy it now. Sold. 55 original with Super Mario. 55 with Super Mario Land. You see, so parts only 30 quid. 40 quid original Game Boy. This one here sold for 60 quid. A bit all over the place, really. 38 quid. Parts for 30 quid. I think, 50 quid is about the place to be. See you later, Lee. A shameless plug on this channel. Go for it. Check that out. He discusses biology. Yeah, T-cut. Might be a bit difficult on that glass. I'll sell it as is, really. By the time I've faffed around, I'm not. Might make about £5 different on the price, but thanks for the tip. GSP sales due to the falling pound, I think. Can't think what's caused that. 45% income tax thing, maybe. Exchange rate, yeah. You've had what? I don't know what you're talking about. Had a few more than usual, Pete. I've said something like 5 minutes ago and I can't remember what it was. Did anyone find out if we sold? I took them off my GSP list. I don't know if that's changed, so I don't know. Pete had an issue earlier in the week where... Oh, this is the logging in. Okay, I got you. Yeah, it logged you out every minute. I had about 3 in a row. Yeah, I kind of thought this is just like someone's unplugged the server to plug the Hoover in, that kind of thing. Okay, £50 on that one. Is that right? Higher, lower? About right? Console. That glass is staying in there. Was it this one? Yeah, it's this one. This has got Wario Land in there. So this is the working one. I'll save that for later. I'm coming up to the hour. I've not done too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. Let's check out Wario Land. Yeah. The lady is for turning. Hello there. It's listed and sold, the AT-AT, for... And I've had to take the legs off this morning and the side guns. I was thinking, I can't pack it like this. I was like, I know these legs come off. I will simply search on YouTube for how to take the legs off an AT-AT. Nothing there. Oh, well, I did find something, actually. But, yes. Good to see you, Mark. We're just on our last listing. I've got to list the... you were going to buy that. Well, you should let me know. I do have some others, actually. I think I've got a few others. I've got my one with all the bits. But, yeah. How much did it go for? not as much as I hoped. I know that. I got loads of offers on it. I listed a PS4, which I got the other day. I got about 8 offers in the space of 5 minutes. It's sold for 125. And I'm messaging the bloke saying it's got a loud fan, so you turn it on within 10 minutes. It's like someone's doing hoovering. So he's messaged me to say, can you make sure you put... I will read it, actually, because it's just like... Because as soon as it's sold, I message him and say, you do know the fan's loud. I don't, basically, I don't want any nonsense with this. I don't want it coming back. What's he said? Is this it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, PS4. So he's totally ignored that I've messaged him saying, you do know the fan's a bit loud. So he says, hello, dear. Hello, dear. I paid for item. Could you please post item? And also, if you don't mind, can you hand write a code on it as well? Below my address, please. This is because I also buy a few other stuff similar to your item, and it makes it easier for me to identify your item. The code is 125 pectid. So it's not like the eBay item number. It's this code that he's made up. 125 is how much it sold for. I'll leave feedback for you. Many thank you. I get the feeling it might be shipped up in a great big crate and being sent off somewhere. But, I will pack it up. But I've replied to this saying, yeah, all right, I'll do all that. But you do know the fan's loud on it, don't you? Jesus. Sounds like a return, dear. Yes, Dave, it could well be. You been to the recycle shop yet? Opposite the Arkwright Street? No, I haven't been to Arkwright Street. Forwarder. Well, if it gets to him, all right. My kind of view is he's buying a load of electronics to forward it on. If it gets to him and it gets sent on, it's got to him and that's fine. He's got like 30 days code shipping. Yeah, it all sounds a bit dodgy. I mean, I only paid 20 quid for this PS4. It's going for 125. I think I paid a £5 for the controller. Best handwriting though. Well, label will be printed off, and I might add that code at the bottom. The listing does have a video. It has a video, Yes. So it does show it working with the loud fan, and me. Go check out my. I don't know if you'd be able to see it on my store, probably, because it would just be out of stock. But it's me going, here's the PS4. You can see it's working. Got Fortnite on it, but the fan is rather loud. As this fan's going. Right. Let's get this done, then I can all leave you alone and see if my PS3 is reformatted. I've got a feeling this is about a £10 to £15 cart. Good, because £13.99 plus £1.83 postage. That's what someone's trying to get. What has someone got? What do you mean none have sold? No solds. Oh, there we go. £11 plus £2 postage. £9.80. Labels knackered. Nice label this. £14.99 free post. That sounds good to me. £14.99 free post. Why didn't I hoover the PS4 out? I did blow some compressed air through it. I thought about taking it to bits. I also took the drive out and kind of gave it a shushing. I didn't want to unscrew it and muck about with it. I've never taken a PS4 apart. I think it had the warranty seal on it, and I thought, well, if I can sell it for 125 and get the quick flip, I'll pay 20 quid for it. It's out and gone and done. So, and also, I'm not sure whether just hoovering the dust out would resolve it. It's you kind of think, oh, it'd be great if you just hoovered all that dust out, and if by magic you can turn it on again, the fan's not going to go on. probably needs a change of thermal paste, probably other things. A whole host of things could be wrong with it. So it's as is for speed and efficiency of sale. There you go. Lots of screws on the PS4. Watch the vid. I will do. I will watch the vid. I'm going to be watching your vid on changing the was it the daughter board on the PS3 for the disk drive? I've been meaning to do that for about 2 weeks. Oh, I used to chip PlayStations. Well, I quite love it. Love and hate relationship with it, really. But they're getting rid of it, are they? I did hear someone sort of mention that. What's this? What's Dave saying? Yeah, I don't want to take it to bits, and it didn't look that dirty, to be honest. So, like I say, it's probably just not dust. I might give it a hoover, get the hoover out and give it a go. Yes, Dave. Dave knows I'm an amateur and proud. We can't all be professionals like you, Dave. He's an old pro, was very careless. Yes, I don't think means chipping in that sense. What's wrong with the PS4? It's just fan going very loud. It doesn't look, horribly dirty. I've blown it out with compressed air, like through what you can see, the slits you can see, but I cannot be bothered to take it to bits. If it's a loud fan, and this is what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do the thermal paste. Doing a new thermal paste on a PS3 is a pain in the bum. God knows what it's like for a PS4. It might be easier, who knows? But I'm not even going there. I'm not even thinking about it. Indeed. And in actual fact, I do have one I've got to fix. A dab hand with the Billy Bass. I think I've even though there's a few things I've got to fix, like the DVD video combi, the Panasonic. I've got to change the caps on that. I'm aware of certain items that can be a real time sink, and I really have been trying to sort of make sure I get stuff listed and out. And that PS4, never dealt with one before, never done a repair on one, and I could just make it worse when I could just get it sold. Even if I fixed it, what's it going to go for? 150 quid maybe? So 125 that it's gone for. I'm fine with that. Right. I've not watched this channel for long. However, you've proven that just about anyone can start up a channel. Well, anyone can start up a channel. Couldn't disagree with that. And indeed, almost everyone does. Yeah, indeed. Very well observed, Mr. McDaddy. I like the channel too. Yeah, go for it. I think I started doing it just to give a bit of reality on, when I was first, before I did my channel. There's a lot of BS about reselling, and a lot of kind of videos which didn't have any reselling content. So, like I say, all it is, there's no. It's not, really well presented or really well edited. There's no BS on sales. It's basically what I'm listing, what I've sold, the problems I have, the successes I have. What you see is what you get, and that's what it is. So yeah, I like the channel too. So eBay. Yeah, it's. I think a lot of the reseller channels, if they get lots of views, I think a lot of those people watching will be people who are new to reselling, finding out how you do it. I'd start just dip your toe in the water first. Don't go giving up your job and just going for it. Find out what it's about, definitely. Right, that's all for now. I've gone 10 minutes over. Have a brilliant week, everyone. Have a brilliant Monday. I'm going to try and get back into the swing of listing, get back into the groove. Do still still a lot of BS. Yeah, Pete keeps it real. He's very much what you've sold and what you've done. The restoration channels make me laugh. Yeah, I love those ones where you see someone walking along and on by the beach, and they've suddenly found a Game Boy and it's covered in limpets, and they, the sort of thing. I'll watch it though. It's terrible. I'll watch it. Do click the thumbs up. Do put a comment in. If you can't insta me your listing numbers because it's listing league 3:00 tomorrow. Do put them in the comments, or just put any other comments in. It helps the old algorithm. I like to tickle the algorithm. Cheers, Pete. Cheers, everyone. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully at 3:00. If I don't, have a brilliant week. Take it easy.